everybody. I hope you're still doing well and keeping up with your exercises. Don't forget to shoot me any questions if you have. Just shoot me a text message and I'll get back to you straight away. Today is day 6. So today we're adding obliques to the workout. We've had a pretty well-rounded series of workouts so far with legs, abs, arms, glutes, some of the side leg series. Today adding obliques will give us a nice 6-day well-rounded workout, and you can start combining any of these if you'd like. That's actually going to be part of tomorrow's challenge. But first things first, I'm going to give you 2 different oblique exercises. One is sumo side bends, which is a side crunch. The other one is lemon twists. We know all of you have done these in one variation or another to date, or in the studio. So I'm going to go over the sumo side bends first. The sumo side bend is a side crunch. So as we're crunching down to the side, we're trying to bring the bottom rib down towards the hip bone, or the elbow down towards the hip bone. I'm going to go through this with 2 variations. One is sitting and one is standing. Sometimes standing for a period of time can be a little bit of pressure on your back if you have a back issue going on. So first things first, sitting. You can do these with a hand weight or without. I have little 3-pounders. I kind of like a weight because it gives an extra stretch by pulling you down when you're in one, and gives you a little bit more work when you're coming back to the other side. Grab a chair. You do not need to use hand weights, by the way. You can just keep your hands up here. So grab your chair and you'll sit more towards the edge of your chair. Your feet are going to be about hip distance apart. They can be a little bit wider. You're going to sit up tall. Pull your abs in nice and tight, and your hands will be up over your shoulders. So if you're using your weights, just let them hover over the shoulder. You want to try to keep the elbows lifted as high as you comfortably can. You just don't want them way down here. It's just going to not give you enough room to get as good a side crunch. Again, if you're not using weights, hands can just be here. You can even just support your head, which will help you keep those elbows lifted. Go where you need to go. I'm going to do a set with you seated, and we're going to do 10 on each side. So this will take you through the review in the form. I would like you to try to get to 20 or 25 on each side and do 2 sets. So, seated. Again, feet just slightly, hip distance or slightly wider, on the edge of your chair so you're sitting up nice and tall. Hands up in place, pull in those abs, and 1 and 2. So it's a good side crunch, trying to bring that elbow in towards your hip. You're still on both sit bones. You're not allowing your body to lean off one sit bone or the other. And without a weight, 8 and 9 and 10. Okay. Standing. Many of you prefer to do this standing. If so, you're going to be in a nice wide plie. As with any plie, you want to make sure that the feet are wide enough so that the knees are just above the feet, not with the knees outside like that. So I'm going to grab weights, nice big wide plie, hips tucked under. You want to engage your glutes and your lower abs to help keep the hips stable and not allow shifting as you do your work. Hands above the shoulders, and dip and crunch. Again, don't lean the body. Your legs shouldn't be moving. 4 and 5, 6, 7, we're going to 25, 8 and 9, 10 without a weight. Keep going. 11, 12, 13, and crunch. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. All right, there are your sumo side bends. So again, do 2 sets, whichever way you prefer. We'll go on to the second oblique option I'm giving you, which is the lemon twists, as I call them. The lemon twists are about moving your upper body in one direction and your lower body in the other direction. So you want to think that you've been cut in half at the waist and the whole upper body locks in position, the lower body locks in position as well. For your form, you can do this with your heels on the mat. You're going to tuck under and just roll off the back of those sit bones and pull in those lower abs. You don't want to roll back so far that you're leaning back here and your head's hanging out and you're going to get tension in the neck. You're going to keep the knees as tight as you can. Squeeze them together. Try not to let them shift apart and start to separate. With the hand weight, let's say with the fitness circle, if you do have a fitness circle at home, you can put the cushion just under your ribs here and encircle the fitness circle. This will help you keep your arms and your upper body kind of locked in position. What you do not want with this is that the hands, if you're holding a weight, that the arms are doing more work. This is not about reaching that weight side to side. The weight is just going to pull you into more rotation, which will give you more work in your obliques. You can do it with the weight, and your second set you can do without a weight, and that way you want to make sure that you can get as much rotation as you got holding whatever prop that you're holding. So I'm going to hold this 5-pounder. As I say, your heels can stay on the mat, or you can lift them up, and you may get a little bit more rotation that way. It's also a little bit more challenging on your abs. Your hip flexors might start taking a bit of a load, so you want to try to release those hip flexors as much as you can. Relaxing the feet will help that. So I'm going to take you through a set of lemon twists. We're going to do 20 on each side, and I'll be doing a couple of different variations, and I'll start with my feet on the floor. So roll off the back of the sit bones, pull in those lower abs, squeeze the legs together, but keep the feet relaxed, shoulders always stabilized. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, without a weight, 7, 8, 9, 10 feet lifted, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, knees go one way, upper body goes the other, 19, and 20. All right, good stuff. And you can just stretch out. A good side stretch when you're finished this is just on the mat. You can sit with a nice big arm stretch overhead. You can use a little bit of a weight to get an added stretch. Don't hold a lot of weight. 2 pounds actually is plenty. You don't want it to pull you and pull a muscle. So we're just going to get a nice big side stretch overhead. And if you were seated in a chair, you would do the same thing. Just get a good side stretch. A couple of good breaths, and then the other side. All right, guys. So there's your challenge for today. Sumo side bends or lemon twists. or both. Don't forget to log what you're doing. Work within your level. When you get tired or when you break form, then that you stop. That's the end of your reps. You can catch your breath, regroup, and then go on and continue your set. Log how many you're doing. If you're not getting all 25 in the sumo side bends or 20 each side with the lemon twist, do as much as you can do and write that number down, because then you can go back over time and increase those reps, and it'll be nice for you to see your progression as to how you come out at the end of all of this. All right, guys, day 6. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Tomorrow's we're going to cap the week off with a little bit of a different way we're going to do the challenge. All righty, have a great day.